Welcome back again, guys. Too much thought. We gathered around again. As
We're
you
here,
can see.
gathering of friends.
Back at it.
Here in the late October season.
Yeah, it's getting on that spooky weather.
Yeah, a little
Late.
bit of spooky season.
Mid to
It's
late.
still 80 degrees outside.
Yeah, still
South Carolina
hot as
weather.
hell.
Oh, we're in the
Fuck
South.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
But yeah, today, I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen the Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, yeah.
Like everybody's seen something.
What is it?
Well,
Shut up.
but if you haven't seen it on Netflix, they came out with this Jeffrey Dahmer show,
Yeah.
and basically it's like your actors.
The guy that played it was really good.
I don't know who it was.
He
but great
played
guy.
in American Horror Story.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I never
He
watched
was,
that.
He was the school
the
shooter.
X-Men movies too. The first class
Oh,
ones. He was
Quicksilver. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yep.
he was Quicksilver.
He was a great actor, but like the way they did it, like it. For the first time watching it, I didn't know much about the Jeffrey Dahmer scene.
I didn't know. I knew he was crazy. I didn't know all that.
Exactly.
I
I
heard
knew
the
he was
name.
crazy as hell, but
Heard the name, didn't know what he did.
and then
Yeah.
watching it, I was like, damn, this is really interesting. And then like maybe like a week later on Netflix, they came out with like a
The
documentary.
Friends.
Yeah, they have two.
Yeah, no, not the Friends, but it was literally like the first time they've like let out his voice recording from him talking to a therapist in prison.
Oh, really?
And like listening to that, like he's a real voice compared to the show, they were.
Damn
I'm talking
near.
about on the dot.
Even the appearance was damn near close, I'd say.
I don't remember where. I was reading an article from what the actor who played him said, and it was the hardest job he's ever had to do as an actor. He
He
Yeah.
did it so well.
It damaged him.
You
playing that
know,
character.
a lot of the people that say they do like criminally insane people, like even Heath Ledger, that drove him to kill himself.
That's insane.
They said Jared Leto walked around set and scared people just because
These
that's
method
yeah,
actors,
yeah.
These method actors, though.
Well, that's how you got to do it though. If you're gonna play somebody,
Yeah.
it's like,
someone
you have
like
to do
that,
it.
where it's
Yeah.
like a dark character.
I'm blanking right now. Who played Batman? Christian Bale.
Christian Bale,
That
yeah.
is one of the best method actors ever, dude. Like, he'll go 70 pounds in one
Oh
movie
yeah,
and then show up as Batman.
yeah. Him and Matthew McConaughey, they'll get
Destroy their bodies. for the role.
and then they'll beef back up. And they'll do it back to back to
But I
back.
know you love what you do, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting paid millions, I mean, it couldn't be that hard.
Dude, I'll go to 300 pounds for a couple million.
I mean, who wouldn't? But it's kind of like killers, man.
I think it'd be,
back.
yeah.
That's when they do what they do, man. They're just gonna passion.
Well, they're
for
not
it.
doing it to get paid.
They got a passion for it.
Well, why did you're more enthusiastic
Dawson's
about
probably
Jeffrey
the most
Dahmer?
versed
Well,
in
when
this.
when it
Why
comes on
did
Jeffrey
he?
Dahmer, I'm not gonna lie. Like I have kind of, I don't even want to say like become a fan because
Just
that's fucked
interesting.
up. But like it's very interesting to me. And with Jeffrey Dahmer, man, what really intrigues me is the fact of he knew how fucked up he was.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't the fact of like he thought, the world is messed up around him.
He was
Yeah.
self-aware.
He was very self-aware on how messed up he was. And it's kind of scary the fact of how many times like he tried to obviously what he did was messed up. Like there's no like justifying that. But
Yeah.
he did try a lot of times,
Yeah.
to hey, somebody help me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And nobody helped him,
He's going
bro.
to cry for help.
I bet his victims were screaming that too.
Yeah, I'm sure they were. Like
How many did he kill?
17.
How many-
17
That's
people.
rookie numbers, man. You got to get those numbers up.
I don't think
That's so fucked up.
for me, a serial killer, it's the ones that are like, I don't want to say great because none of them are fucking great.
No,
The
they're
top 10.
Terrible people.
Awful people. But
Disgusting.
the thing is, for me, it's when you look at like a well-known serial killer, it's not really the numbers, right? Because you can pull up numbers of serial killers that's killed 30, 50.
It's more of how they did it.
How they did it, how much influence they had over the town or the environment that they had, and
Because
how
Ted
much
Bundy
grip.
liked the thrill of it. He liked the risk of being caught, right? So, yeah,
It's kind of crazy because Ted Bundy was like that, but he liked the thrill of being caught or whatever. But
He never really attempted to not be caught.
well, yeah, because he liked the thrill, he liked getting close to it. But Jeffrey, I watched documentaries, I've seen a little bit about him and whatnot. I don't know any part that he really fucking enjoyed, honestly.
And dude, listening to his tapes, it's honestly it like hurts you as a human being to know that someone else like. It's kind of crazy to know like someone else can get to that point.
Yeah.
But like the things he was chasing,
Well,
like
he killed his first person at what, 18?
18, and then went. I think it was like six or 9. I can't remember exactly. 6 or 9 years without killing another person.
But I feel like there has to be something off the bat messed up with that person that they would kill at that age.
Well, I think
there was a lot.
I think genetically too. Like if somebody doesn't have remorse,
yeah,
they don't have. They don't.
Sociopathic.
Yeah, and then the environment plays a big role into it. Like, I mean, you could have no remorse. You can be empathetic. You can have all these narcissistic traits and end up being a CEO of a fucking company, right? The environment's right. On the other hand, you got this genetic traits of this is how I am. You got a shitty fucking life, a shitty environment, you know?
That's what's strange with in Jeffrey Dahmer's case is because the same psychiatrist, or what would you call that?
Shrink.
A shrink, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Back in those times, they
The
call
same
them
person that
shrinks,
sat down with him and like analyzed
Harley
all this
Quinn?
stuff at the time. Basically, some little blonde thing.
And she started falling for him, right?
She didn't fall for him, but she felt. She literally said he felt like a big brother. But one thing she said that like felt different with him with other serial killers is how they're to the book supposed to be. With 99% of them is he didn't enjoy killing.
Yeah.
Like what he was chasing was not killing.
yeah,
that
That's
person.
all the other people's thrill.
That's what I was saying. Is like I didn't see him enjoy. Like you see these serial killers. It's like, oh, it's the thrill of the hunt. It's the preparation.
Yeah.
That's why when they have an act, right? When they go in to like kill somebody, it's like by the book. This is what happens.
Yeah.
This is what happens. This is what happens. With Jeffrey, it didn't seem like he had it by the book. It was just some impulse
It was
that he
it
just
was a deep
urged.
impulse.
Yeah. Oh, do you think that was from the taxidermy?
Was he, what?
When his father, not taxidermy, but what would you call that? Well, they used to go scrape up dead animals on the side of the
Like
road.
off the road. They were roadkill people?
Yeah, and they'd not all none of them had jobs for it.
To a scientific degree, his dad was like an actual chemist, like a legit chemist. Like,
That's probably why he knew all them acid compounds.
and
and
it
stuff.
is that
Yeah.
is why.
You got to be smart to be a serial killer. That's one thing for sure.
No, and Jeffrey Dahmer could have been a surgeon. That's the crazy thing. Like, he could have been that's what blows my mind is like in a lot of people's mind that evaluate serial killers from what I've researched is with Jeffrey Dahmer is not only did he not enjoy killing, like he didn't start his like when he would find with someone, when he would get with someone that he thought, oh, this person's fitting the whatever he's looking for. It wasn't in his mind to, oh, I'm gonna kill this person tonight.
Yeah.
He did not want anybody to leave from his own, home agenda. He had a good life. His dad made his money. His mom was a little crazy, but it ended up his mom and dad got a divorce. His mom left with his younger brother to her family's house. His dad moved in with his
Grandmother?
new girlfriend
Oh.
into some hotel for a while, and Jeffrey Dahmer was alone from the age of like 18 to 19. And this is when he killed his first person at the end of school, his senior year, by himself in a home.
Did he kill a fellow student?
No, a hitchhiker going to a concert.
Dang.
Killed him.
I guess that's why we don't hitchhike anymore.
No.
Yeah.
He's literally the reason people say, please, dear God, don't hitchhike. Like,
Yeah.
he's one of the main reasons. Like, it's crazy.
Y'all
Yeah.
heard the joke of like when they pick up a hitchhiker and then, I'm not worried about it. What are the chances of 2 serial killers being in a car?
Oh yeah. That's if I was a hitchhiker, that's the first thing I'd say when I get in the car.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what's the
You
odds?
just try to like break
Two-
the ice.
yeah,
Because you pick somebody up.
Well, and plus it helps you because if he's like, oh, if he's a serial killer too, slim odds, he's like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe
It
it's
puts
just
them on
today's
edge.
times.
oh, okay, maybe not.
Because I think
And
today's
that's-
times, dude, it's like I would never pick somebody up on the side
No,
of
dude,
the
if
road.
I see someone on the side of the road,
I'm driving.
I'm hitting
gone.
the gas pedal. I'm not.
It
picking them up.
depends on the scene.
I mean, if it's raining and then
If it-
like, say they're
still,
elderly,
If I'm driving through Inman,
Can't do it.
coming back from work, and I see somebody out there, no. But say I'm going on not on vacation, but I'm driving. Nice little family. Car messed it up, busted. You can see the steam,
Yeah.
whatever. Sure, fine.
Yeah.
If I got the seats for it, whatever. But
It's
grown
You're
man,
okay with
it's
picking them up?
sketchy.
I'm not okay with it.
You kind of profile and then.
Yeah, then I go from there.
Okay.
Because I feel like when you're driving, you're at such a disadvantage to anybody in your passenger seat. Like, at the end of the day, that person, you have to trust someone that's in your car with you.
Well, also, I don't think nobody's going to kill you when you're...
If you're going 50, yeah, they're not going to just stick a knife in your neck.
Because
I mean, they might. What's the odds of you running yourself off the road? I mean, let's be real.
I mean...
If you get killed and you're going 50,
they're going to die too.
It's high.
So
I mean, I'm not trying to kill them. I'm trying to survive the situation.
Yeah, but you can, like, say you're driving, they put a knife in your throat, be like, okay. Slam into the fucking other car or other wall, depending on where you're going, where you're at, right? Flip over, the impact's on their side. I mean, it's a 50-50 chance. I mean, it's a risky chance because... You know, you might die.
But if there's already a knife in your throat.
Yeah, you're in that situation.
Why not take the risk?
Yeah, and then they're fucked up. You're fine. You got a broken arm, and then they're bleeding out because they got like a wood tree stuck in their side, and you go finish the job, and you call the cops.
Outcome.
If you go finish the job, then you're getting charged with like murder.
Like, this person tried to kill me.
No, you can say you're using hysteria because somebody had a knife to your throat you just picked up.
It doesn't work like that. You know, like if someone breaks into your house. And say you show up with your gun.
Hey, not in South Carolina.
I think
we had the stand your ground law.
I think this is nationwide. But if someone breaks in your house, and if you show up with a gun, and then they turn around and start running out the door, if you shoot them, that's murder on your part.
That's why
you shot them in the back.
Yeah, that's why you shoot them in the legs, though. Well, it depends. If they're running out the house...
If you shoot them square in the chest because they were running at you,
but what happened?
It's self-defense.
It's kind of like a scenario based on that because say you have a house with more than just you, right? Say you shoot somebody in the back who's running to your wife or to your kids.
Yeah, if they're not trying to leave the house.
Yeah, it's where they're running to.
Yeah, it's a gray area.
You know?
It'd be tricky.
I feel like any situation like that's gray area.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, if
I'll
they're
take the
in
chances.
your property,
take the chances.
Just shoot.
Take the chances.
If someone's in your house, it's 2 a.m.
You're shooting them, 100%.
Yeah. So don't come in my house.
I mean, it's crazy to think, like I just said, though, like, yeah, people are going to react different. Like, it's easy to say, I'm going to do this, but you get in that situation, you might not. Like, when someone puts a gun to the side of your head, you're like, oh, my God. Like, at one pull, I could be dead. You know what I mean? Like, you might do anything. Like, you really might not. You never know.
I think it depends on the person.
It does, but you have to be in that situation to really know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't...
There's no time to react if a gun's in your head, too. Because, 1 second, you're there. And then if they pull the trigger, the next second, you're just
It depends. If it's from the back, if they got it up to the back of your head, that's...
If I'm hitchhiking someone, they're not sitting in the back. They're sitting right beside
Oh,
me.
I'm talking about in general. Like, say they got you there. Not much you can do, right? But if it's in the front of you, or to the kind of the side of you, there's some options you got.
You gonna disarm him?
Yeah, I've been watching that. What's that dude that does?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. I'll wait up.
He's got the mustache.
Just grab that gun,
That fucking
turn
moron.
it around.
Dude, that guy is gonna get so many people killed.
I know.
As long as he makes his money on social media,
Someone's gonna
right?
get held up by a gun, and they're gonna go, wait.
All right, really?
I think y'all see that memes where it's like, all right, I've been practicing, I've been training from this guy.
Dead.
And then he goes to move, and he oh, God.
Dude, there is so many memes like that.
Well, I don't think most people that rob say most of the time when people bring a gun in your house, it's for a home invasion.
Yeah.
It's not to kill you. Now, a serial killer, like we were talking about, they have an agenda for you.
Yeah.
It's a process for them.
There's
They're
some
going
kind
to
of
kill
pleasure
you.
they want
Yeah.
out of it.
When a home invasion, it's not so simply, he moved, pull the trigger, kill him. It's right, because you got to... The dude comes through, he's like, oh, let me get this. I don't want to get a fucking murder charge. It's not about that.
Yeah.
So they'll be more hesitant to pull the fucking trigger. I won't be. They won't be.
Yeah, because
you're defending
you're
yourself.
defending.
Yeah, there won't be no hesitation.
They're thinking about all the outcomes that could happen for them.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't come here and kill him. I came in here to get some money for for drugs, for rent money, whatever they got to do to make ends meet or get what they want. That's what they're thinking about. That's their objective. When a serial killer, like we talked about, comes in your house.
Yeah.
Like the guy I've been, I kind of watched not Criminal Minds, but did watch that. But it's called Mindhunter. It's like when the FBI first started their psychology department to understand. They started interviewing Ed Kemper, right? Charles Manson, Richard Speck, I believe his name is. Ungodly side. You don't want to see him. But they started doing these serial killers, and one that stuck out to me because they were trying to capture him, but they never did. Because he started, like, I think it was 1979 in Kansas, Wichita. He's called BTK.
Wichita.
Yeah. Bind, torture, kill.
Ooh, kinky.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. He would, the thing is, he didn't get caught until 2005 when he started doing.
Like 30 years later?
Yeah, when he started, I guess he got fucking bored, started using technology, and he's not that smart anymore. So, or he doesn't know how technology works, so they just, literally the first time he used a flash drive, they traced it back to his fucking house.
Dang, so he didn't hide
He used his own goddamn, he used his own goddamn email on it. Yeah. He's a fucking usher of a church. What he did on his, he didn't use his work email. He used the church email. So they went back to him and found him.
Oh my God.
But he was he put security alarms in people's houses. And what he would do is he'd stalk them for a little bit. And it'd be like a process. See,
learn their routine.
That's what gets me off from Jeffrey. Jeffrey was more of an impulse. Now, this guy, he would go put security alarms in, stalk. Oh, he would it would be a process of selecting people he would want to kill and stuff like that.
That's crazy. Though. How do you get yourself into a headspace where you're window shopping for the next person?
Well, see, the thing is, you could try to put yourself in a headspace, but
it's just gonna mess you up.
It's not gonna mess you up because your sound mind. These kind of people, they're not human. They are human. They're in human form. They have no remorse, no empathy.
They don't have human.
They don't take acceptance of their own actions. They have no responsibility, right? And that's why most serial killers are never really on the high class society, right?
Right.
They're in between jobs, right? They're moving here, 30, 40. They never take responsibility. I mean, this guy would literally hand select fucking families. One was a family, and he mostly targeted women, but there's been a couple times where the husband was home, and the kids.
Too.
Yep. And one of them was a drill sergeant for the Army. Because he was taken by surprise. And what he would do, he'd tie him up. That's why it's called bind, torture, kill, because he would tie him up in knots, square knots. That was his thing. And the torture part, some of it was sexual, some of it was actual torture, And then the thing is, for him, a lot of times he'd hang them or strangle them. And the crazy thing is, the BTK guy, he'd write the police letters about exactly what happened.
Isn't that what the Zodiac killer did?
Yeah.
Did he write letters?
Well, he wrote in.
He would cut them out of magazines.
He wrote in patterns. The Zodiac killer wrote in cryptic messages.
That's the guy that would cut magazine letters.
Yeah.
And then write his whole book.
But BTK would just write, "This is what happened. This is how I did it. This was going to happen a little bit later." Right? He'd done that for, I'm not sure really, but
Long
for up to
time.
10 years.
10 years.
10 years on and off. I mean, he only killed 10 people. Not all, I hate to say that only, but for a serial killer, 10 years, 10 people.
Yeah.
It's really, because one of them was 4 at one time. No, one of them was 4 people at one time.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like he was doing it some crazy, he was very punctual, planned.
Spaced it out.
Yeah, that's why it's crazy to see Jeffrey's.
Took him so long to catch
Yeah,
him.
that's what
That's what's crazy about Jeffrey Dahmer is too. Is he killed one person when he was 18, and then went 6 or 9 years without killing anybody else, and then it's once he started killing again,
Yeah.
he went fucking crazy because he was literally going to gay nightclubs.
Yeah.
Picking up a dude, bring him home, kill him. Picking up a dude, bring him home, kill him. It was if he would have continuously killed from that whole time from 18. And kind of like you said, 17 is a shit ton. That's crazy.
Well, think about if he didn't live in an apartment. Think about if he just lived at a house.
He never probably would have been caught
For a long time.
for a long time. You got any that kind of fascinates you, Logan?
I don't want to use the word fascinate, but the American serial killer, I have it pulled up right now on the iPad. His name was H.H. Holmes. His real name was Herman Mudgett.
Mudgett.
Let me see this guy.
This was way back in the day, back
He
in
looks like a serial killer.
1896. So what's crazy about him is he built a hotel. It was like a 3-story hotel, but he set up the entire place kind of like a haunted house. Like there were dead end halls, there was soundproof walls, there was gas lined up in the vents so he could
Fall
knock
asleep.
people out
Okay.
whenever. There was a cremate chamber inside the hotel so he could cremate the people he killed. There was a surgeon table. So he made like a whole haunted house. And this guy would bring people in like it was a hotel. People would just stay the night, and he would like chase them down, murder them, then do surgery on them, and then cremate them.
So crazy.
And-
Was he a Nazi?
No, this was before Nazis, dude. This was 1893, I think, is when... I know he got hanged. He was caught and hanged. I'm trying to find how many people he killed, because I think it was... He killed...
That's
the
crazy.
real number exceeded 200, so he killed
Damn.
more than 200 people. That's
crazy.
That's insane.
But
That's
see,
very crazy.
at one point, I know you're in the 1890s. Is it?
yeah,
Yeah.
like 1890s.
How many people were like, "Hey, everybody that's went to that hotel is not
Well,
around
there's
anymore."
not social media. And if they died,
but even
then there's no
the
talk.
town people, they'd be like, "Hey, you know,
Nobody comes back. After they
yeah,
say
like
that.
I mean,
I'm sure he let some people slide, to keep the cover up. But he was also like an extremely intelligent person. So he would get engaged to women, and then once he secured their life savings or however much income they had through the marriage, he would kill them. So like he was planned and methodical, and he was financially intelligent.
well, yeah, he built a whole fucking hotel for
hotel,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, soundproof the walls, put
crazy.
corridors in.
Cremate the people inside.
That's the
hotel.
thing. He wanted to. I think what his MO is being the not really Saul, because Saul let people live, but he's kind of like the master of everything. You know,
Yeah.
like Jeffrey Dahmer was definitely an impulse killer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
BTK was this dude that I had a plan of this and this. I stalked him. He was like a hunter, right?
Yeah.
This dude
He was
is
like
kind of
you?
like, wanted to be God to a certain extent. Like when they come into their hotel, he's God.
Decide who lives, who
Yeah.
died.
Dude,
And how they do
how
it.
messed up do you have to be to build dead-end hallways in your hotel so that if you chase somebody...
Okay, speaking from comedic, I mean, a little sense of humor in this podcast, too.
Alright.
That's kind of funny. I mean,
Not from their perspective. If you're running for your life and then you hit a dead end...
I mean, it reminds me of Scream. Or
yeah, it's like
oh,
a
let's go down
legitimate
this
horror
hallway.
story.
Oh no, a trap door.
But the thing is, with
But
me, is
cinema
like
didn't exist
nobody
in
could-
1893.
But
he invented that.
He did.
the thing is, like, nobody could kill him.
Once you get in that fight or flight, and if you switch to flight, you're not going to fight.
200 people. There was not
I
one.
mean, he also had it set up where like if
And they
you
were
entered, you're at
gas
a
chambers, so
disadvantage.
if he started to lose, I'm sure he could like turn the gas on.
but he's in the gas too.
Maybe he built up an immunity. I don't know.
I mean, nobody. I mean, this is 1980. Everybody have a fucking revolver at that point. What happened?
Yeah, this was like Wild West era. Right?
Yeah, about the end of it. Yeah,
Yeah, the
for
end of it.
industrialization. Yeah.
Let me see if I can figure out where he built his hotel.
See how he died? Oh, they hung him.
Yeah, he was
How'd he get
hung.
caught? That's kind of interesting.
In 1893, Mudgett was arrested for insurance fraud after a fire in his home, but he was soon released. He then concocted a scheme with an associate to defraud an insurance company by faking a person's death. Hold on, let me try to find. I think he got caught for fraud.
Wow, that's the same thing as getting caught for tax evasion and go to jail for a
funny.
serial killer.
That's how it happens. I feel like a lot of times.
Well, you know why? Because the IRS don't fucking play,
Hell
son.
nah.
The IRS don't play, man. They coming for it. These feds don't give a fuck about no murders. Hey, you owe the government money?
We'll get
Hey,
your ass,
buddy,
lad.
you got to come with us.
Whoa. Okay, so the guy that he was doing the fraud on, the insurance company guy, his name was, and I can't really say that right, Pitazel? Was that how you say it?
Was he French?
But after he killed him, he tricked the widow, so the guy's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I lost my spot. He convinced her that the husband was doing insurance schemes and so he started giving her $500 a month. But the guy he killed had 5 children, and H.H. Holmes killed 3 of them afterwards because he was worried that they would tell what he did.
What the
That's crazy.
fuck?
What's his name again?
H.H. Holmes.
H.H. Holmes.
His real name was Herman Mudgett, but H.H. Holmes.
We're gonna
is
keep
his
it
serial
H.H.
killer.
Holmes.
Herman Mudgett.
Hey, that's Triple H right there, man. That's Triple
It's
H.
Triple H, but that's crazy.
That's fucked
so
up.
this guy was doing fraud. He was doing serial
So
killer.
imagine though, we talk about these serial killers in modern times that we've been able to see, catch, put to justice, not the justice they deserve, but the justice we could give them from our American society. Imagine the amount of serial killers that was there before technology. You know?
That's what I'm saying. They said, reading this, it says he was considered America's first widely considered, serial killer.
Serial killer.
I mean,
America.
yeah, over 200 people. I mean,
I feel like London was the first place to have serial killers, right?
no, it can't be. I mean,
Oh, they're
Well,
probably
they had
everywhere.
Jack the Ripper.
well, yeah, they had
who
Jack
was-
the Ripper, but I mean, you think about it, there was probably one in Greece and Sparta. I mean, people back in the hunter and gatherers days, I bet there was some incel dude that went off in the woods and just started killing people in
That's
tribes.
what gets me
you know?
though. That I always wonder about. I'm like, is it like that we view obviously serial killers are bad. Like you kill anybody, you're a bad person. But
Depends on.
is it the fact that like the environment and society we live in, we view someone that kills and murders multiple people as such a horrible person? And
Well,
we
you
keep-
can be
we
a
keep-
mass murderer, but that doesn't make you a serial killer. So these people are doing methodical.
Well,
Yeah.
and so we keep documenting on
It's
it. And
spaced
in
out.
these past times and past, governments and whatnot, where they have different beliefs, where they're, you talk about olden times, they're killing people on different regard than what we kill people.
That's what that's the thing is like in today's world, it's like psychopathy, psychopaths, or it's a bad thing. It's looked down on because it is. But you're telling me if you wasn't a chieftain or a knight, right? Or
I would not be a serial killer.
or no, not saying you're going to be a serial killer, right? Normally, the people that are in supreme power positions aren't, because they can't obtain that because something will happen. They'll kill this, they'll kill that. It won't work out, right? But say you're a Viking, right? You're rowing to England, whatever you're sailing to England. Would you want some sophisticated pacifist who is articulate when you're about to go to war, or do you want some psychopaths behind you?
Probably some psychopaths, bro.
Well, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I want someone who can make like war plans. You know.
Well,
I want
those
some
are your generals.
sophistication.
Those are your chieftains. Those are the people that are
Oh,
in
you're
there.
talking about foot soldiers.
Yeah. I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm not
Dude,
saying.
if you could build an army of serial killers, you're unstoppable.
Well, the thing is, for me, is serial killers aren't very like daunting, because
They
Jeffrey
usually aren't.
surprised dudes, got put stuff in a drink,
Yeah.
They're
not
BTK. He caught them by surprise. He went after mostly women because he could overpower. Never really. It's not like he's not like a lion where he's like, oh, let me take down the elephant. No, he was a lion, or he was a fucking hyena. Let me get this rabbit.
Let me get this thing with the broken.
Yeah, exactly. None of them. All they do is prey off what they deem as weaker.
Yeah.
Oh, something that I thought was cool. This doesn't have to do with serial killing.
Even Ted Bundy. I mean, I feel like a lot of the serial killer is dramatized, right? To make it a good show, because it's interesting, but it's not. These guys are not super masculine, man. It's not these overpowering, daunting things that people
They're more
worry
conniving
about.
and
Just
they're
beasts.
manipulative.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
little weasels
They
that
use their
squirm
brain,
in.
most
Yeah,
of them.
that just squirm in and just take it from there. It's not really, something that you could imagine. Somebody breaking your house, killing you. No, it's your
Someone who sneaks
security alarm guy. Hey, how you doing? No,
Yeah.
even looking at you. Hey, how you
Yeah.
doing? I'm just working out there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
Just do
man.
it quick, some way that
Yeah.
they can't stop you. What I was gonna say, it doesn't have anything to do with serial killers, but you made me think of it with the picking out the weak animal thing.
Yeah.
I was watching this podcast. I can't remember what it was, but this photographer was out and he would like take pictures of zebras. But if you would look away and you would come back, you wouldn't know what zebra you were looking at. And so what they would do is they would tag their zebras so that they could tell which one they were photographing.
Yeah.
And what they found out was the tagged zebras were being killed. So lions and such don't pick out the weak out of the herd. They pick out the one that they can identify.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you can differentiate something, if something stands out from the herd, that's the one that's getting chopped.
Maybe that's why zebras over time, from an evolutionary standpoint, got the stripes to look so similar, so they
You
all
can't tell the
blend
difference.
in. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, maybe to like humanistic, evolution. People a lot of times find, I need to blend into a crowd.
Yeah.
You think that's
Feel some kind of
that's kind of
security.
Well,
something.
there's a Chinese proverb that says proverb that says the nail that is out
Gets hammered.
gets hammered.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that is true. I think we have developed off that.
Is it that, or are we brainwashed to try to all be identical?
A little bit of both.
I think we feel
think it
safer
started
when you
off-
feel in a group of, we're all the same. We can't. When
Yeah.
you're out there, I'm a lone wolf. You feel a
Yeah.
little more vulnerable.
Well, I think that's what all the serial killers kind of feel is they're the lone person. It's them against the world. Not even
Yeah.
against the world. It's them. In Jeffrey Dahmer's case, it was him against him.
It was. And
You know?
that's what's crazy to me. Another thing about Jeffrey Dahmer is like the fact that, when he was already caught and he had lawyers telling him, don't say anything. Like, he didn't care. He wanted to confess. His main thing was, before I die, because he thought he was going to get death penalty, I want to know why I am the way I am.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he never got, he got it.
Yeah.
Just not the way they intended it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's crazy to me. Is like, because you're going through that as a person. Like, we could never imagine it. As I hope 100% of our audience can relate.
There's
You know what I
probably
mean?
1% in there.
We can't relate to
Probably 1%.
those feelings. But like a person who is literally like, you're doing these awful things, like, but not because like you're an evil person. The things you're doing are evil, but like you even yourself wonder, why am I drawn to do this?
Yeah, I mean, everybody has those intrusive thoughts where, if you're standing on the edge,
Yeah.
you'll have that thought. Jump. Jump.
Yeah, I mean, we're all good, decent humans. We're very thoughtful. We have empathy. I mean, stuff that we did when we were young. I mean, stuff that we did when we were younger. We're like, oh, why do I do that?
Here's a good segue.
And-
I wanted to ask this question. Which out of the three of us would be a serial killer if one of us was one?
That's hard.
Wouldn't be me, but that's just my opinion.
You think you?
I said it wouldn't be me.
It wouldn't be you?
I don't think it'd be me either.
Well, no. I'm looking at the guy across from me.
I'm gonna go with.
I could never see Dawson killing somebody.
I could go Dawson. I'll go Dawson.
I couldn't kill nobody, man.
That's what he
The way
wants.
you
You,
said that, though, I feel like
that's what he wants you to believe. It's just because Dawson's. I mean,
I don't know. Like I feel weird sometimes, just because like I feel like sometimes I relate to serial killers. Not because I'd ever kill anybody.
Yeah, I
never
know
have
what
any
you're
ideas
saying.
to kill
Never had the
nobody.
urge to hurt somebody.
But this is the fact of like sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I'd feel bad. This might sound awful. I don't know if I'd feel bad about killing somebody.
it depends on the context. But you know what they say: to catch somebody like that, there has to be somebody kind of like that.
That's true. Too.
That's why you have to watch Mindhunter.
Well, what's that saying? It's if you stare into the abyss,
It stares back at
it
you.
stares back at you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you're looking for monsters, you will become a monster.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Batman thing, you know.
Yeah. How long
But-
can you stare back
But
before?
yeah, but you have to stare into it at some point, or you'll be this mocking Jay, right? From Mockingbird, right? Yeah, I ain't read the book. So
How to Kill a Mockingbird?
yeah,
Yeah, I've read
Mockingbird represents innocence. That's what I was trying to say. If you
That's
stare
not
into
what
the
my
abyss,
English teacher told
yeah.
me.
If you your English teacher was a fucking idiot. I was just
Probably.
playing. I just playing. Literature, you can interpret it 30 fucking different ways. That's how.
It's up to your own.
That's how English teachers make their money. Everybody's got a fucking opinion about something.
Mhm.
But what I was saying is, to catch a serial killer, right?
Yeah,
That's-
like one.
Yeah, like you have to think like one. Like you have to look through what they're going through, look at their procedures, look about. That's why I like this show on Netflix called Mindhunter. Love it. It's when the FBI first started the psychology department. They started interviewing Ed Kemper, Charles Manson, Richard Speck, some other ones that I really don't give a fuck about. Don't remember their names, just weirdos. And they started, and the main guy, you could tell he's not all there. He might be psychopathic or whatever you want to say, but he starts going through it. He starts like connecting the dots of, oh, this is how I think. This is how this happens. That makes sense to me.
So if you can relate to the person, it's so much easier to figure out what they're doing.
Yeah, because think about it. Serial killer happens, right? Probably just what happened in Victorian England, right? When Jack the Ripper came across, right? Leaving notes everywhere, killing prostitutes, whatever he had to do. These people are like, oh my gosh, how could you do this? That's why none of them got fucking caught caught.
They never got in his shoes.
Yeah, but then back in nowadays that they have the psychology department, they have this. They're like, okay, he thought this. I can see what he's thinking. Let's go from there.
Like
let's try to cut him off.
That's embracing the shadow or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to know what depths of evil you can come to.
Yeah.
Like I feel like to be one or to catch one, like you have to be a certain type of guy.
Well, that's why Batman is the way he is. He won't kill because once he kills, he will be in the abyss because he stared at it for so long. The only thing that's keeping him from being in the abyss, from just looking at it and catching
never taking a life.
Never taking a life. So that's some.
I'm sure Batman's killed somebody. He's killed Robin.
In some versions.
Well, like not with his own hands, but it was his fault.
Oh God, I agree.
Was it Red Hood?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, Jason
Todd. That's the best Robin. Yeah.
That is not the best Robin.
Oh, fuck you and Dick Grayson.
Damian Wayne.
Oh, Damian, the little baby.
That's the best one.
What, his real son?
Yeah, dude, that's Batman's blood. He's the best Robin. But yeah,
he grew up too pushy life.
Batman's killed people.
They're trying to come out with this off topic. They're trying to come out with a fucking DC or something. We're talking about Alfred before he came the butler.
What was he?
What's it matter?
A janitor?
No, he's supposed to be doing some crazy shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
fuck off.
He was up to something.
Yeah, fuck all that.
No one gives a shit about that.
I don't care about Alfred.
Have you you guys know who Ed Kemper is?
I don't.
Ed Kemper?
I heard you say his name.
Yeah, he's the co-ed killer. His mom was a sorority mother at I'm not sure what college. Let me know.
Ed Kemper.
Yeah, what college was it?
What's up with the glasses? Can I say one thing?
Dude,
what's up with all these
got
killers?
the same class.
They've all got the same glasses.
I think
bro.
everybody had that in that time.
Maybe that was.
I mean, because Ted Bundy had it.
I hate to
too,
do
a
it.
little
I gotta
bit.
run to the restroom real fast.
Go
But
ahead.
you can
Let's
play
go.
on this iPad, Dawson.
Let me look at
up
this,
Ed
yeah.
Kemper.
All right, Edmund Kemper.
Be right back, y'all.
Oh, it's
sorry.
it's in California. He what he would do is his mom divorced his dad, right? His dad was apparently a piece of crap, right? So Ed Kemper, his mom like physically and mentally abused him for years, talking about how much he looked like his father. And dude's like 6'8", 300 pounds. You know what he did with his mom's head? He cut it off and then had sex with the head before he put it in a trash can.
Listen to this. Before I said serial killers are so, like they're so interesting. Like it's so evil, but like it's interesting.
Yeah.
And I feel like the audience, you agree with this. Okay, Billy Kimber, a serial killer who murdered six college. Oh yeah, Ed Kimber murdered 6 college students before murdering his mother and her best friend, and that was on May 1972. And these events happened from May 1972 to April 1973. And all this was following the fact that he'd already killed. This is parole while he did this.
Yeah.
For murdering his parental grandparents.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Co-ed killer.
Yeah, he was on parole. I mean, even Jeffrey Dahmer was on parole.
What was y'all's IQs when y'all did that? If they remember, what was yours?
Mine was 127.
And his was what, a little bit. What was he, like 128? Y'all's was similar as fuck.
Yeah. Logan's was what, 132?
137.
137. Mine was 127.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it again because I think I'm 210.
Edmund Kinber's was 145.
He was huge, bro. He was like 6'8",
He looks big.
300 something pounds, like a big dude.
Santa Cruz.
Yeah, you know, Logan, you missed this, but you know what Ed Kemper did? He killed no, his mom. Literally, he killed his mom, cut off her head, and then had sex with it, and then threw it in a trash
The crazy
can.
thing is, he did this. He killed
On parole.
the 6 college students, all female, and his mother, while he was on parole for killing his parental grandparents.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst ones I've ever heard.
So he killed 10 people. 10 people total.
The thing that brought you into this world and raised you.
Well, she I'm not making any fucking excuses at all.
Mutilated it?
But she verbally abused him, physically abused him when he was a child because his dad and his mom got separated, and she just kept on saying, "Look, your dad." So he's like void of love and everything. If you look at a lot of these serial killers, this is the point I was trying to make when I brought him up.
It's that childhood damage.
Exactly. It's not the child. It's so when a father's not in a man's life, he may act out. He may do stupid, right? Whatever.
A mother impact is so much more.
A mother with her son, if a mother is physically abusive, most of these serial killers, their mother was either crazy or physically abusive, mentally abusive to them, to where that's why they have no remorse, no empathy, no love centers from the time they were come out. This person, like exactly, I came out of you. No love given. So no love received, no love given to others. No connections in the brain.
He lived till 73.
Yeah.
What the
Dying in
hell?
penitentiary. It's fucked up.
He was 6'9".
Yeah. I told you.
Oh
they're
my
6'8",
God.
yeah.
That's a big motherfucker.
He's huge, man.
I couldn't fathom.
He's one of the main characters of Mindhunters. We got the main character in Mindhunter. Interviewed
I'm gonna
him
watch that tonight.
multiple times to like kind of start their process, and he keeps going back to him, asking him about other serial killers. What's his idea on him? And he's like, well, he just likes this because of this.
Oh, that's kind of like
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs.
Mhm.
They went to a serial killer to catch
Yeah.
him.
Silence of the Lambs is a great movie.
I know. I haven't watched this
It's
since
one
I
of
was
those great
little.
old movies.
It's an unpopular opinion, but I dislike the actor. What's his
I
name?
don't like the actor either.
Something Hopkins?
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins.
I don't know his name.
Like
I
the
never.
Psycho Killer.
Yeah, I
the one
never.
who
I never
played-
felt like whenever I looked at him, I never felt like he was crazy.
I mean,
There is this movie. I don't know if anybody else has seen it. I doubt y'all two have. He's the main actor in it, but it's this movie called Titus. It's a movie that's based off of a Shakespeare poem or Shakespeare story that's called Titus. I had to watch that movie in like a film literature class, and it is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Well, thank God.
No, okay,
the
not
way he
in
was
how-
like, and
Yeah, I
it
thought it was about to be
is
some
the
crazy
worst.
stuff.
not in how it
movie.
was directed, not in how the
way it was
people
acted.
acted. No, not in how the people acted. Just film in general. Like, it was a high quality film, but the things that they were doing on it were disgusting. The
What do you mean?
Titus, the guy that Anthony Hopkins played, killed this one lady's 2 children, cooked them into a meat pie, invited her over, and had her eat her children. Another part of the movie.
Did Jeffrey do that at one point?
He tried.
Yeah.
Another
with
part of the
neighbor.
movie was those 2 same kids not kids, they were her children, but they were fully grown adults. They went out, caught the guy who killed them, his daughter. They caught her, and this is all fiction, and it's on the film too. They cut her hands off, cut her tongue out, raped her, and then tied tree branches to her arms, which were nubs now because they cut them off, and hung her, like tied her up into a tree.
See,
And
this,
so she was mumbling because she didn't have a tongue anymore, so she couldn't scream for help. It was
yeah,
terrible
I know,
movie to watch.
I know what it is. That
So I hate watching
This
this
is
stuff.
what,
No Shakespeare though.
It was a shake. It was bad. There was a,
Yeah.
the
Shakespeare
plot-
might have been a little.
oh,
The plot was
yeah,
betrayal.
Yeah,
Or
they either did comedy or everybody fucking died. It was literally either the other.
he had that one story called "How to Tame a Shrew." Have you guys seen that one?
Mm-mm.
It's so funny. So a shrew back in the day was like a disobedient wife. And so like, way back in the day it was more of a patriarchy. There wasn't
Yeah.
as many rights. But
It's a bunch of male
you could not
masculinity,
make
right?
that story today. You could
Yeah.
not.
Oh well,
Because the whole
Yeah.
story is about how to tame your wife who's disobedient.
Yeah,
And
a bunch of male.
it's
didn't watch
crazy.
that. No.
It's a black and white movie, but they do
Oh,
have that.
shit.
Oh yeah, I bet it was.
He had crazy stuff. You couldn't make it today.
It's an artist.
Well, that's great. The thing for me is, I'm gonna make the same point because I'll keep on making it. A lot of these serial killers, you know, they got a couple kills, couple handfuls of kills.
The KD ratio's a little up.
There, yeah, but it's. I don't see them as dominant figures. When I look at a serial killer, because it's mostly people that are weaker than them, like with that, what you talked about. I don't want to say because it pisses me off, but that's just people. That's just weak men. I mean, well, not if it's a woman, but there's no really serial killer women.
People that are inferior.
Yeah, it's
that they can find someone that they're
like I'd like to see him try to come do it to me. Guess what's gonna happen?
Exactly.
He's gonna die. You know.
Well, you say that.
They're weasels.
Why didn't they do it?
Half the guys Jeffrey Dahmer killed were bigger than him.
Yeah, he might seduce you.
When they
Hunter.
when they get some drug in their
Oh yeah,
drink.
I get. They all come from every serial killer to me that I've seen comes from a standpoint of I know I can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like okay, we're about to see. I'm
because I
going
can.
to have to fight this guy.
Yeah.
But it's a fact of like I know at this point I've got this. And then they act.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's,
that's why they all do come from in my opinion, a sense of, you know, I felt we have kind of been hyping them up like their brain.
But they're very inferior.
But they are very inferior people. I feel like serial killers, every single one of them.
Like if you put you in a room with Jeffrey Dahmer, I mean,
I might talk to him. I might be cool with him.
Well, that's it. I'm talking about like this is why I think what I would like. This is gonna be a very controversial topic, and it's cool.
I'd kill him.
I would like to, instead of the electric chair, instead of injections, instead of taxpayers from their hard-earned money putting them into an institution where they got a place to live, they got fucking AC, heat, depending. I mean, it's not all. I mean, it's awful, but it's not. It's something. They got free health care. They get meals a day. Instead of pulling it out of my fucking check, put me in a room with them. I'll do it.
Well, you know what's crazy?
You know, that's why I think we need to go back to public hangings, like that guy from Titus, Penis, whatever it is.
Titus
got hung up.
Think about it. The dude did all this, and see, back in the day, you know, you can say, oh, well, the hangings were awful because the justice system was kind of messed up. Well, if somebody gets convicted of this, we actually know for a fucking fact because all the technology we have now. Why not string them fuckers up, hang them from their neck till dead, and then do away with it?
It's not humane.
And it's
what I think we should do.
It is.
If we have serial killers,
it is,
and we catch them, let's not waste a life. Let's just do some crazy, unhumane experiments to them to progress our scientific knowledge.
That's way worse than humane.
Okay, but this Edmund guy killed his mother, cut her head off, and had intercourse with her.
Well, yeah, watch the show. He's a rough dude.
That's someone who, like, you can be experimented on.
Well, this is crazy.
But
Back to Jeffrey Dahmer, not even trying to go stay on him, but in his trials, like I said, he wanted to know why he did the things he did. His father accepted to, you know, the court to have let the experiments happen after he was killed and after he was already killed in jail. Like, he was dead. His body's done. Jeffrey's done. His mother said no. They never dissected Jeffrey Dahmer's brain. And I promise you, if they did, they would have found some things. But this is the crazy thing. And when I first saw it, I was like, that's fucked up. They should have looked. If they would have found something, some kind of gene, some kind of this, some kind of that, every single baby born with that, they are now going to look at as has potential to be a serial killer. When that is not the case.
Thing too, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Well,
it's a famous quote that the judge said in that court case.
Quote.
I can't remember exactly what he said. If you can find it what he said. But basically saying, looking into this evil will cause more evil.
Yeah,
basically what he said.
Think about it. If we find the genetic trait, right, that's probably in a lot of other people that just aren't serial killers, right? You find that trait, you find that gene. What do you do with that child after it's born? If we can do all these gene splicing, we all these
experiments and this, and
or
kill it,
or put it in a cage or whatever, or do what you have to do. The thing I'm saying is, we shouldn't be keeping these fuckers alive off our tax dollars.
Yeah,
make it I think today in today's time is everybody. You know, there's punishment, right? There's definitely punishment, but you're gonna be alive.
I can't find his exact
quote.
Quote.
It's like, oh, if I do these things, guess what? in life in prison, that sucks. I'm alive. I'll make a life out of it. You know, it's still a life, right? There's no severe punishment for it. You know, nobody's scared of the outcome.
This is it.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's what's crazy to me. The whole Jeffrey Dahmer scene was meant to happen. He died the literal way he killed his first victim. He got his head beat in with a dumbbell.
Yeah, that's poetic.
Like, tell me that's not poetic.
I didn't know that. That is, that's karma.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane.
You put it out, it's going to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, and the crazy thing, I told Logan this, like, John Wayne Gacy, another serial killer around that time.
He was a clown, right?
John Wayne Gacy was sentenced to death the same day Jeffrey Dahmer got baptized in jail. Tell me that isn't just some weird shit.
Okay, but here's another
That's
thing,
creepy,
though. Why
man.
did so many of these serial killers kind of show up at the same time?
That 70s, 80s, 60s.
What was it? What was it? That
I think it was this, right?
Freedom.
Is this a conspiracy?
Nah, it's just how society works, right?
Okay.
So, technology kind of first came out, right?
We had microwaves back then, right?
They had heavy metal,
We had toaster ovens.
heavy metal, acid, psychedelics,
Yes, sir.
and no technology to catch them. And so when technology first came out, right? So back in the day,
Like no security cameras in the 70s.
so yeah, and especially
None at all.
especially back in the day, like in the 40s, 30s, everybody was their own person. What you liked, right? But once not social media, but you know, media came out, TV came out, people was like, okay,
Once the
this
world
is what
got
you got to be
smaller.
cool with, right? And so these people that were on the other ends of, you know, I'm gonna be my own person. Not saying just because they want to be their own person, but they had the gene pool, they had everything, the perfect storm, right? So everybody separated themselves, and then they separated themselves even further, and then that I think, and plus you put in technology, because a lot of serial killers, like we talked about, are very methodical. They think, right? It was easier to get away. I mean, how many serial killers we don't know about? That's the thing.
Well, but they never caught the Zodiac.
Yeah,
They don't know
exactly.
who that is.
And he was one of the biggest ones as far as in the Bay Area.
Y'all want to know something I just thought of that like it's really never crossed my mind is the fact that like I honestly used to think that like in the way our society is systemed now that it was breeding less serial killers. Like you don't ever see a serial killer anymore. Well, really, but
you see school shooters.
talking about this, dude,
We
you know
have
what I
mass
realized?
murderers.
Yeah.
We're honestly breeding more serial killers. The fact of it is like these people, you know, are in different environments. The fact of like they're in a fucking this guy's in a gang, or this guy's gonna shoot up a school, or this guy. It's your actions. You're not. These people aren't thinking about shit to the point of like, I'm gonna stalk this person, get this person. It's more of like mass, because that's the way our world works today. Is like we need a pop, we need something to show out in the world. Like I need it to happen now.
I mean, most mass shooters.
And plus, they know they're not. They can't be methodical enough to get away with it because everything will catch them.
You will get caught.
Yeah.
In today's time, no matter what you do, I hate to say it.
And then they can triangulate positions off your phone
They
when
will
it's dead.
catch you.
The
bro.
biggest difference I feel like with what we have today is, I don't know what the percentage is, but a large majority of the people that go out and do these like school shootings or shoot up a theater or anything like that, it's a public suicide.
Mm-hmm.
They know when they're doing it that they're not going to come out alive.
Yeah.
They want to die.
Yeah.
But they, for some reason, they want to do some crazy damage before.
That's why. That's why something I don't get.
Like these serial killers weren't trying to kill themselves.
No,
So
they're fulfilling
Yeah.
some kind of sick fantasy. That
Yeah.
some kind of
Some
pleasure that they
impulsive
need to
rush
have.
and thrill. Yeah.
These other people, I mean, I can't empathize with any of them.
I think
they're just trying to find a way out.
I think it's even worse when you have a school shooter or a mass murder. Because I mean, it sounds bad when you talk about serial killers, right? Because they kill people, they destroy families, they destroy lives. I'd like to be locked in a room with one of them. Yeah. But the thing
we
is,
agree that Hunter would be the serial killer out of our group now after that statement.
hey, Batman's got to put on his cape sometimes, you know.
He doesn't kill.
Hey,
He say kill him. He say beat the shit out of him.
I kill him. But what I'm saying is, the point I'm trying to make is these people like that do the school shootings, do the mass murder, is they're there to spread chaos and fear, right? When a serial killer does it, it's methodical. It's normally planned out.
Sneaky.
It's this, and this, right? These people that go into schools, right? With I mean, that's even worse than the serial killers preying on weak, inferior people.
No, if you show up and
Or physically inferior.
school
Yeah, catch them by surprise.
that's worse.
It's like the ultimate display of evil. And you could say, oh, they got bullied, this and that. No, fuck that. If anything,
I don't give a fuck.
yeah, that's not like, if you got bullied, fine. I got bullied too. It's okay. You know, that right there, that is the purest form of evil. Because why don't they go to an AA group, or why don't they go to a professional football game?
Or there's a lot of people that have turned, like, you see some of the most successful people in the world have turned like some kind of bullying or disadvantage into
use it
like
for fuel.
They fueled themselves.
Well, the
into
thing
what
is
they
too
became.
is if you're gonna shoot up something, you know, why not a big college football game, a big NFL game?
Yeah.
Why pick the most evil thing to do to go to the innocent preschool, innocent
That's
kindergarten?
one that grabs me.
That is
Here's-
the absolute purest form of evil, to make the biggest display of fuck you, kill myself.
I do agree with that, but they also pick schools because it's bad to say this. It's very easy to plan to shoot a school. You know what hours they're open.
Yeah.
You know how many people are going to be
Plus-
staffed there. You can look all this stuff
And
up
plus,
online.
if you're at a football game, you know, if you're at the fucking Steelers game, all the Steelers fans, they're probably stronger than you.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking Steelers fans, so they'd probably fuck you up. You
but
probably
like
kill.
a realistic approach.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No, like, realistically though,
He said,
dude.
"You're
to
wrong,
me,
Hunter. Get out of
I
here."
can't think of anything worse like than a school shooter to me. Like, especially like a younger group. Like these people that have come into elementary schools, dude. Like that, honestly, like my brain and, like,
Cannot
I
comprehend
can
Can't wrap
fathom
around it.
some Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, and that might sound
Yeah.
fucked up,
Yeah,
but like you go to a school,
Nah.
and you shoot some kids.
there's no
Bro,
empathy.
like my brain can't fathom.
It just
that.
shuts off.
Like it shuts off, and it's like no.
yeah,
Those people
No.
can't be human.
Well, that's
No.
that person where like I don't know. Like I'm not gonna be one of those guys. Oh, I'd like to have him in the room with me. Like you, I was just playing, but like seriously though, like
So
if I was to see one of those people, like, and I consider myself a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations like I don't know.
So this is the thing is,
I might would-
you know the guy that's Sandy Hook, right? The guy that
Yeah,
went
like that,
in,
bro.
so say okay, you're locked in a room. You locked in a room with him. If you just talk to him, you pass to him, he goes out and does it. If not, you end it. That's the way I look at it.
I'd end it.
Yeah,
In a
exactly.
heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
But see, that's the thing, because you know that is pure evil.
Because I know kids have nothing to do with this,
Yeah.
bro. Like anything that's going on in the
They
world,
showed
a
up for
child
a
has
regular
nothing.
day of
Yeah,
school.
a child has nothing to do with that at a school.
Yeah.
Something that they don't even want to be at. They're just there because that's life. You're at school.
Even most of the teachers aren't even no malice in their bones. They're teaching
Like, what?
kindergarten kids.
You
or
want to
middle
kill
school
somebody,
kids.
bro? Don't kill anybody, but you want to kill somebody, go
Go to the fucking war. Go kill another man. Go fucking kill somebody.
Go find
who-
a man that you have to fight to the death.
Yeah,
and
then-
I bet you won't.
Yeah, no, because
I bet
they're
you won't.
inferior people. They prey on the weak, as far as physically, and catch them by surprise and everything else. Like that is
That's
the
what gets me
lowest of
about
lows.
death. Is like when a murder happens. It's not the fact like I said, like it'd be hard to say like if I killed somebody I feel bad for him
Mm-hmm.
because I'm feeling in my head. If I killed somebody I know
Yeah,
I killed them because I had to.
you saved countless lives.
Someone else killed somebody, like, you know what I mean, like in an innocent situation just randomly. It's hard to even fathom really what's going through their head.
Yeah,
Like you took a life, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know
I
what's
don't-
after this? No.
yeah.
I don't think that those people can emphasize with who they kill. Because, I mean, I've never really put much thought into it. But if I ended up taking somebody's life, I know it would just haunt me. Everything
Even
that
if you
I
had
took
to,
from him.
you would still think about that.
But it's
lot.
a
you
burden.
take their future. You
But
take.
but it's a burden you have to bear if somebody that bad.
Yeah,
like
if
somebody-
it's a bad person, it would probably be easier. But
Yeah.
even
You still
still,
think
you're,
about
you're
it.
gonna
You
think
still
about.
think about it.
I ended somebody.
Yeah,
Like,
but the
their
thing is,
future, their past, it's all
yeah,
gone.
but sometimes it needs to. You know, because the
Sometimes it
future
does
and the
need to.
past is just full of shit.
But if you're a human, you feel that.
yeah, because you
Yeah.
empathize with that.
you get
yeah.
it, but you feel it.
to be able to walk into
Yeah.
a public place with faces you've never
So
seen
many
before
innocents.
and just take them.
No malice intent from any of them.
You have to. you're borderline not human.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not. You're just.
You're animal.
You're a skinwalker.
And dude, and it's so crazy to me. Like we've been talking about serial killers. It's honestly just like awakened so many thoughts in my head.
Uh-oh.
Not about killing.
Uh-oh.
I got a good.
That's the end of this podcast.
But about this, like we're talking about how like crazy and psycho people must be to kill people, but then we're talking about human instincts and shit like that. Like it's crazy. Like our human instincts are almost too like kill, protect. Like we are animals in a sense, but we've come to this point and like
We're civilized.
we're very civilized.
We're domesticated.
So now it's
Yep.
like when it comes to a point of like if someone was to kill, unless it was like you have to, which everyone kind of understands, the
Yeah.
self-defense thing. If you kill someone out of malice or jealousy
Pleasure.
or this or pleasure, then you're a sick fuck, and like we all get it. But it's crazy. Like how long do you think it takes for a human mind to, or any mind, animalistic mind, to like change to that point?
Well, I think
not as long as you would think.
I think
feel like.
most of it, it's especially for civilized, it's a genetic thing. A genetic within. It's mostly environment,
circumstance and things
but
like that.
they have. It's the perfect storm,
Yeah.
right?
You have to have
Genetic trait for that. You can have it. You have that genetic form. You don't have empathy because empathy, remorse. You don't have that. You have no active responsibility, right? Then you have a bad environment. You're getting abused at home. You're getting bullied. Everything else. It's the perfect storm. Most people you see today, they might have the trait, right? Fine environment. They're like, okay, let me just be no remorse and be the CEO of a company. Don't give a fuck about nobody.
Yeah.
But do it in a civilized way, right? And then some people, they don't have that genetic trait. They had a shitty home life. All right, great. Let me go be a pastor somewhere. Let me go do good work. Let me just
Comes
chill
out of the
out.
person, really.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect storm that where serial killers are made.
There's no one thing I feel like that decides if someone's gonna be a crazy
Things are
killer.
compounding
Yeah.
onto each other. I guess it was something happened around the 70s or 60s where those conditions were just getting hit.
Heavy metal and a little bit of technology.
I think what it was really is
Mothers didn't love their children in the 60s.
It's early.
yeah.
It's early. It's early points of what we are
Shout out.
now, though. I feel like in those times, like you start seeing, women start to dress a little more free, and guys start to go out to the clubs a little more
Yeah.
regularly, and it's just like a regular thing that we see today. We're like, this is regular.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people
Desensitized to it.
in that time, the way their brains.
You were
were,
on this
and 'cause
end
you
or
gotta
this
think-
end?
Because we gotta think, our parents, we see them as conservative. Our grandparents, we see them as very conservative. This is that time. Like, our grandparents probably would have been about, 40?
I
Yeah.
think our grandpa was born in like 47.
Really?
No, I think I'm getting that
I gotta
wrong,
go
actually.
pee.
But yeah,
I
you know
guess
what I
I'm a
mean?
long
Like,
time
they'd be
adult.
young. They'd be young
I think
people.
I'm wrong about that date. But yeah, no, like, they grow up in completely different.
So when you hit a time like this where it starts to
A transition
edge in,
time?
it's a transition
Oh,
time.
okay,
You're
so you
edging
think-
in.
You think in the 70s
I think
was a
it-
transition time?
People were just going off the wall. Like, everything's different at that point. Because, like, you watching shit about Jeffrey Dahmer, I realized, like, at this time, people really, in the 90s, the downtown scene wasn't much different than it is today. Shit where you're drinking, shit you're taking drug-wise,
Yeah.
but...
Now we just have that thing in our pocket that can record everything.
Yeah, you're still just going to a club. You're still just getting drunk. You're dancing. You're smoking a little weed. Like, what's the
But
difference?
if you go
Like,
back
really,
to the 40s and 50s, that didn't exist.
that wasn't there.
So
And that's
there
what I
was
think.
a time period where people had to adjust to that, and then the ones that couldn't adjust
I
found
think-
a different
yeah.
outlet. And there are a lot of people
It's
that
hard to
probably
say
found
because people that were children, like Jeffrey Dahmer at this time, like when they really came into it, they were children. It's hard to say. I think it's one of those things. That we're not going to sit here and find an answer.
No.
I think that comes back into the brain. The brain is one of those things that, like, you can find clues that make you think you know what you're talking about, but then the more you think you know, the less you know. We can sit here and think of why, and this is why there is no answer of why a serial killer does what a serial killer does. Is because there's so many aspects that play into one cause.
Perfect storm.
and there are so
It's a
many,
perfect storm.
so many of them that they don't all share similar
They
don't.
traits, and so it's hard to pinpoint what's causing it.
It's
Yeah.
it's really one of those things. It's like a person snapping. Bro, because think about how complex we all are.
Yeah.
Not us, but just us, but our friends. People we encounter in Walmart.
Yeah.
Even that guy you pass in Walmart you think's a dumbass, you're like, who the hell is this guy in overalls? And imagine how complex of a species that is.
Yeah.
Like, bro, this guy's walking around.
Mm-hmm.
He's shopping. Like,
He's got his fashion trend. What he decides to put on every day. What he decides to eat. What he decides to do. What he decides to think about. What he decides to drive.
The stupidest human being that you can think of is so dangerous. It is so crazy. Like, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Like, we are a dangerous species because we are so...
Amazed we made it this far.
We are just on the verge of popping off at any second.
Thank the Lord for them 10 commandments.
Can you name all 10?
Hell no.
I can't. Thou shalt not.
Everyone starts with thou shalt not.
Isn't that how it starts now?
They're
Yeah,
all
every
thou
single
shall
one.
not.
One's about I will not covet over. Basically, I will not be jealous. I will not kill, steal, lie. Will not covet. That's jealousy.
But
That's
you know something my papa always told me? This ties into this. He always said, because you know how one of the 2 commandments is thou shalt not kill. The original text is thou shalt not murder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's murder.
You can kill.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
That's what's
not
crazy.
murder. Yep.
Because a lot of the times it's
There's
not
a
in your
difference.
control.
Yeah.
If you're walking down the road and somebody pulls up and like starts mugging you,
Yeah.
and you get the overhand and you end up killing them, that's not your fault.
Yeah,
They
or you're in
chose
the
to
house.
approach you.
Hey, you play
Well, I
stupid
wouldn't feel
games.
bad about it.
You play stupid games. You win stupid prizes.
Thou
You
shalt
know?
not murder.
Yeah,
You
I
can
like
kill.
that. It's not murder.
Maybe
No
not-
murdering. We've been talking a
Yeah.
lot about murderers. Don't
Don't-
murder nobody,
don't-
guys.
Hey.
There's help out there.
Hey.
Go find it.
Or 1%, if you're feeling some type of way, do speak to somebody.
Call
man.
999.
Look at
Murder
Hunter.
now.
See how well he's fighting his battle.
Oh God.
His
He's winning.
impulses.
He's winning his battle.
Be
Yeah.
like Hunter.
Not for long.
He's got all the traits required.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
But hell, I mean, is there anything else y'all got on your mind about serial killers here?
Honestly, I've talked enough about it.
I'm kind of.
I've stared into the abyss for a little bit too long, and now it's time for Batman to take off his cape.
I've looked enough. I think I'm stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's time for Batman to take off his cape and go play with Alfred.
This episode made me lose faith in humanity for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have no
It's just
faith at all.
outliers.
So,
Yeah.
People suck.
Oh, you didn't have it before. You're not going to have it after this
Yeah, I'm
episode.
sorry. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I never had faith.
Okay. Elon, save us.
Before we go, though, I want to ask a question between y'all and comments.
All right, let's hear it.
We kind of talked about how there's a lot of serial killers in like the 60s, 70s, and here
Yeah.
and there, and 80s, whatever. As an audience, do y'all believe that we will have another serial killer, as the likes of Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy type deal?
Don't ask that, because then someone's gonna be like, challenge accepted.
Or do you think it's cut? That type of shit is done. There'll be people that kill, obviously, but
I think it's
there's
done.
not gonna be any serials.
I think it's done.
You think it's done, Logan?
I don't think it's done.
I don't think it's done either.
I think it'll be by the government.
It'll
We
be
will
different.
see.
It'll be different because they'll have to do different tactics to not
Yeah.
be caught.
It's basically an adaptation
Yeah.
to serial killing. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see it on the news.
Unfortunately, we'll see.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Oh yeah, it's been a good one.
Well,
It was a little dark, but
hey,
it's
spooky.
time of year. Time
yeah,
of
it's
year.
spooky.
It's spooky season.
It's
Spooky
spooky
season.
season.
Oh, Halloween falls on a Monday this year, right?
It does.
We're gonna be
I don't know.
recording an episode on a Halloween then.
Ooh.
Yes,
Should we,
sir.
should we pull up in costumes?
Yeah.
I think we should.
Yeah, I'm
Costume,
wearing a
alright.
onesie.
All right then.
Okay.
If you want to see Hunter on a onesie, then pull
Tune
up
in
on
on the
Halloween.
Halloween episode.
I'll pull up.
All
Let
right,
us know.
guys. See you next
See
week.
y'all. Deuces.